Hi, this is Peter from Sprinkler Magician, and this is the third video. In this video, I'm going to go through what we call our advanced menu. Okay, and that is not always needed, but it has some pretty cool features. So I'm just going to dive straight in. So you start by pressing, you're in the home screen, okay? Press menu, then press setup, okay? Then you're going to scroll up or down until you see advanced setup, yeah? So here we go, we're going to go into that. Now, this is a new feature, watering off. What does that mean? What it means is you can now set this machine up to actually be the sprinkler timer, okay? Which is particularly good for new construction or any time you're just not in love with your sprinkler timer, okay? It's not as sophisticated as some of the ratio types that get information from the web, but it's a good all-round sprinkler timer that we've built in on a software level. So basically what we can do here is we can toggle down. So we've just turned that on, okay? So I've saved that. Now the next thing here, it's going to ask you fertilizer mode. So again, what does that mean? Well, the default is schedule, which means it basically applies fertilizer along the lines of the schedule that we set up in the last video. So in other words, you tell it when to apply the fertilizer and it does it. However, there's another option. You can pick Irrigation Sense. I'm not going to do it, but what that does is anytime the sprinkler timer, if you have an external sprinkler timer, anytime it comes on, the machine senses that and will start applying fertilizer automatically. Now, the good thing about that is that it's completely automatic. There's no settings. The bad part about it is if you irrigate very frequently or not very frequently, it's going to affect how much fertilizer gets applied. But it's there if you want to use it. And then there is another one called flow sense. Now that does necessitate an additional flow sensor that we do supply, but again, unless you are a horticulturalist or you have like a resort, which we also do that type of thing, but unless you have that, if it's just a regular house, you don't really need this, okay? So I'm gonna cancel that one, and then I'm gonna say done, and we move on to the next field. So this one, and I'm going to have another little video on this, but it says preset mode. What preset mode means, and it's the default, is you tell the machine, as we did in the very first video, you tell it how big the property is, and you tell it if it's a rotor head or a mist head, and the machine then works out how much concentrate to apply and how long to run the zones and all of that good stuff. You don't have to worry about that. However, if you have a property that is very huge or irregularly shaped, or it has some zones that are tiny and some that are massive, or it has exceptionally long pipes, like runs on the zone, where the machine needs to keep the zones on longer to purge the concentrate through the lines, then you have this option. So what you do is there's only one other choice. You put it in what we call manual mode, okay? Now, when you've done that, new menu options will appear on the main menu, which I'll show you on another video. Okay, so just put that one aside for now. Then this is the last option. This is called expansion card. So you can see the machine by default does 12 zones, 12 along here. However, there's another card that you can fit that goes in behind this that expands the machine out to 24. So I'm just going to pretend it has that card for now. And now you see, now we've told the machine is 24 zones. So that's the advanced menu. There's about 4 options in there, and you won't probably have to mess with it, but there's some stuff there that, if needed, you can use to tailor the machine to your property. Okay, so that's all for this video, but there's a few more coming.